Hey folks, today is October the 11th. It's 1:46 in the afternoon. I wanted to try to get this done earlier for you guys. Typically, I get this video out in the afternoons about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So definitely trying to get it done earlier. And as always, you guys can check and see if there are any major moves or changes in my account just by coming over to the website EmpireAmbition.com, scrolling down to Arbitron daily stats, and you can see if it's different from $1,142. It's like I said, almost 2 o'clock. I don't recall what time the market closes. I think it's like 5 or 6 or something like that. So there are just a few hours left to go here. So hopefully we won't get too big of a change going into the afternoon hours. But anyway, this is going to be a pretty exciting weekly update review. I've had several people now that have started live accounts and that are doing extremely well at this point. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with theirs. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that I did add one live account here. This individual got started with Arbitron. Actually, I think it's been about a week now, and we're going to check his results momentarily here. But first of all, let's check my stats here. As you guys can see, we're currently at $1,142. So we definitely are up going into the weekend. And let me see here. Balance is 4,142. I believe my balance last week was around $3,800, somewhere around there. Let me check something real quick here. All right, so 3,872, as you guys can see right there. That was my previous balance, so we've definitely made some money this week. And where is it at here? Total return is now at 38.4%. Very nice. Return for the month is 42.9%. Weekly return 8.9%. Peak drawdown is minus 3.8%. So that's where we're currently at. As you guys can see, we did have a bit of a pullback this week. Little pullback right here. Let me see. What was the first day of this week? The 7th. And this pullback was on the 10th. All right, so let's take a look and see what the vendor said about that. We actually got an email from them. And let me pull this up here. All right, LeapFX team. As you probably know, Brexit is an ongoing issue in the UK, and as a result, it can have an impact on the trading results of Arbitron. While Arbitron is able to trade well because of its ability to detect trade discrepancies, it can have losing days because of certain variables, such as Brexit, causing unusual trade movement. As a result, we've noticed GBP pairs have been less profitable, and this email is a solution for that. 1. Stop trading GBP pairs such as GBP USD and Euro GBP. 2. You can keep them running but change buy trigger and sell trigger both to 60 for just GBP pairs. So going into next week, what I'm going to look at doing is number 2. I haven't done this yet. I wanted to finish out the week. But starting next week, I'm going to change my buy and sell triggers for the GBP pairs to 60. All right, so that's one update that I wanted to make everyone aware of. And if you already have the expert advisor, obviously, you definitely already got that email from them. All right, next, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but several people have emailed me stating that the results they're getting are not matching some of the results of some of the other live accounts. And I've told them that they should be sending support an email. And basically what support has done for several people now is just send them an email and ask them if they can log into your VPS and check your settings and everything. And if you do that, they will basically go over your entire setup and let you know what the problems are with what you're doing, okay, or what your setup is right now. Like I said, several people now have done that. And let's go in here. Actually, I think there was one other thing I wanted to touch on before I jump into that. Let me double check. Okay, I showed the email from the vendor. I showed my stats to you guys here. And what was it? Oh, yeah. As far as whether or not I'm going to be jumping into the high risk settings or jumping or staying with the low risk settings for another 4 weeks, this is I'm pretty sure this is going to be our week 4. All right, so 1, 2, 3, yeah. So we're on week 4 right now. So what I'm going to look at doing is it looked really even as far as people that wanted me to stick with the low risk settings and people that wanted me to stick with the high risk settings. So I'm thinking another 2 weeks of low risk and then do another 2 weeks of high risk. So at present right now, we're at 4 weeks of testing with the low risk settings, and we'll do another 2 weeks, I'm guessing here. And then what I'll look at doing is, instead of just saying Arbitron daily stats, I'll change this to Arbitron low risk daily stats. And then after we get done with the low risk testing, I'll open up another account with the broker, and then I'll set up another FX Blue, and that will be Arbitron high risk daily stats. So that'll most likely be under this. So it'll be down here somewhere, and you'll see that. I think that's a fair way to do that, because I have seen that most people seem to be interested in the low risk settings, but I've gotten so many emails about high risk that I definitely want to give you guys some information as far as, the stats on that. So we'll try to get at least 2 weeks in for the high risk settings, so you guys that are interested in that can see it. All right, next thing, let's go ahead and take a look at Dwayne's live account here. Before I do that, if we come over to the Arbitron website and we click on this right here, we'll see that they already mentioned on their website, they show this FBS broker. I want you guys to see that there. So the only reason I'm able to include my FX book, some of the other individuals, if they're not using a broker that's already listed on the website here, I'm not going to put their MyFix book or anything like that up. Just want everybody to know the only reason I'm able to do this is because the vendors themselves have a MyFix book link to a broker or to an account that's using the same broker as Dwayne here. So if we go over to Dwayne's live account, which you guys can check out yourself, I want you guys to see that he deposited $200 into this account. And let's check out the history. We'll go back to see what day. All right, so he put in $43 here, and then he put in $157. So put in $200. And like I said, initially, his results weren't that great. He wasn't happy with them. But like I said, he continued to test and try different things, and he was at a certain point able to do something pretty phenomenal here. And I want you guys to see where his first withdrawal was. All right, so as you guys can see, he withdrew $210. So basically, he started his account with $200. He withdrew $210. All right, so let's see where he's at right now. At present, he's currently up 1,381.2 or 0.26%. So in other words, his $200 account is now up to $2,209.03. That kind of blew me away after I saw that. I mean, that is extremely good, put it like that, as you guys can see here. So again, let's see the day he actually got started. 10/7, guys, 10/7 right here. This is 1 week. And if you're interested in what his settings are, the settings that he used are let me pull this back up. All right, so he's using a variation of the high risk settings. He did send the settings that he's using over to me. He said, I think the vendor set it up for him and I guess changed a few things with the high risk settings. But he did give those settings to me, and I will most likely be using those when I end up testing out the high risk settings for a 2-week period. All right, so I might add here Dwayne's live high risk settings account, just so you guys know that this isn't, the low risk settings like most of these up here are. This is the high risk setting account. Anyway, hopefully that got you guys just as excited as it got me. This is a live account. This is somebody that's already withdrawn his initial deposit into this account. And right now he's up over 1,381% on the high risk settings. Whew. All right, so that's another reason why I wanted to go ahead and get this video out early. Just after I saw this a few moments ago, I really wanted to put this out there so you guys could see how well he's doing. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. We will have 2 more weeks of low risk settings, and then we'll jump into another 2 weeks of high risk settings. Hopefully that covers everybody that wanted to see more of the low risk, and also those individuals that wanted to see the high risk. All right, guys, as always, any questions, don't hesitate to send them my way. And if you want to get more information on the Arbitron Expert Advisor, make sure you guys click the link below. I'll mention that in the next video. All right, guys, take care. Have a great weekend.